Hi guys! So I had a whole content plan for this month for you guys to do with intuitive coaching in your businesses, which, you know, I might come back to because I think it's actually very pertinent right now. But it just didn't feel right to go on with that program whilst we are in the middle of coronavirus mayhem. So I wanted to talk about that, and not very much and not for very long, because I don't know about you, but I'm so overwhelmed by the amount of, not information just about the actual virus or the news or what's happening, but just the amount of people online that are telling us to do different things, whatever that may be. And some of it is really helpful and really positive and useful, and that's awesome. But it's just so much of it. It's just really, really overwhelming. So what I feel, and my invitation to you right now in the middle of Corona, is this is really an opportunity to tune in to yourself, your intuition. Let's just take a breath right now. Let's just take a big breath right now, in through the nose, out through the mouth like a sigh. One more, in through the nose, out through the mouth. Okay, so just doing that gets us into our bodies, our energy, not anybody else's. So that's what I am feeling called to do myself. And that is the invitation I want to extend to you, is how much can you drop into yourself? Tune in to your inner voice, your higher self, your intuition. What are you being guided to do and feel, and whatever it might be at this moment? And that is sort of the opposite from all of the messages that I feel like I'm getting, even from very well-meaning, very positive, very healthy advice. There is no better guidance than the guidance of yourself. And there is no better place to be than to be in your energy. And when I say that, I mean, right now, you know, the energy on the planet is crazy. There's lots of anxiety, there's lots of panic, there's lots of, for very good reason, lots of fear. There's a lot going on. So everybody's energy is like, out here. And what tends to happen is people want to kind of push that outwards, that energy that feels a bit uncomfortable. We want to push it out, get rid of it. So if you can imagine, our energy field of our body is around us, and we're all kind of projecting out, it just makes for quite a crazy experience. So what I'm suggesting is to make yourself almost like a little cocoon. So I had a Reiki practitioner once who was amazing, and she told me that when she would go in to work with a client, she would create like the sort of energetic protection bubble around her, which I love. And so it's almost like as far as your hands can reach around you is your aura, let's say, your energy body. So around you like that, as a bubble, as far as your arms can reach. Imagine and it really helps if it's a colour. Imagine almost like an invisible protective layer around you that cannot be permeated by anything other than that which you will allow. For example, you will allow love to come in and love to go out, but nothing else, for example. So I like to use the colour pink, when pink is the colour of the heart chakra, you know, the colour of love. If you're feeling like you really need to like put those defences up, I like to use the colour black. If we think about the crystals that are very protective of our energy, they are usually black. So I like to use either pink or black. You can pick a colour that resonates with you. So you can imagine this energy force field, if you like a bubble around you that is porous, but only to the extent what you will allow in and out. And in that space, in your own energy, dropping into your own body, as we just did with that breathing technique, tuning in to what it is that you need, how it is that you feel. So when I've done this in the last few days, I got really knocked off center at the end of last week when I really started to tune into the energy that was going on around us. Got quite nervous, anxious, could definitely understand the feelings of panic, of wanting to stock up, of wanting to, make sure you have everything you need around you so you don't have to worry about anything else that's going on. But that really wasn't helpful, and also wasn't the reality in my own personal experience. So when I sort of moved away from that, gave myself a bit of time, had a lot of rest, had some time to myself, really got comfortable in my own energy field and wasn't sort of confused by everybody else's that was going on, I was able to drop in and feel that actually there is so much going on. It is really scary, and there's a lot that we don't know, a lot of uncertainty and a lot of suffering right now. I mean, there is. But how do you need to be? What do you need to do for you? So maybe what I need to do for me is not the same as what you need to do for you. Does that make sense? So for what I need to do, I've been guided to do a lot of exercise, outdoor exercise, running, Pilates, yoga, walking, whatever it may be. I've also been guided, strangely enough, in the last few months to really up my health game, eating loads and loads of veggies, getting really, really alkalized, really ramping up my health stakes without knowing what was coming. And it almost feels like it was somehow intuitively preparing me for this time. So for me, exercise, outside, having a quiet time, really focusing on my work, seeing people that I love and care about, and going out with them for lovely, nice walks in the park or walks by the river. That's for me. For you, it might be completely different. And that's why I want to encourage us to tune into our own energy, to our own body, without adding to the extra noise that is all around us, coming at us from every single angle right now. So I hope that is helpful. There's just one thing I wanted to add to that. And that's, it can be quite hard sometimes, especially if we're feeling anxious, to feel into what our higher self or our intuition is telling us, because the anxiety for sure shouts way louder. So as a kind of aside to that, is if you're finding it very difficult and uncomfortable to really tune into your energy, which is 100% okay, and I have so been there, like a lot, then what I suggest is make that okay and feel into what you're feeling, write down what you're feeling, journal how you're feeling. Allow what you're feeling to come up and move through you and be expressed. And you might find, as I was feeling a bit last week, that some of what you're feeling isn't actually yours. That is, maybe it didn't originate from you, but you're picking up on what's going on around you, especially if you're quite intuitive and quite empathic. So that is my little side note. So I hope this helps, and I really hope this doesn't add to the overwhelming noise coming at you, and if it does, just turn it off and don't listen. Yes, I am sending you so much love and sending you positive, healthy, happy vibes.